Hi everyone, my name is Precious Davis. I'm the Youth Outreach Coordinator at Center on Halstead, and it's such a pleasure to be here in such powerful company. The person I'm introducing tonight, I'm so excited and honored. She's a powerful woman doing some amazing things. Monica James is a woman who appreciates seeing the work of social justice and trans equality and progress. A powerhouse woman stands in our midst and is advocating for a future full of change, which is the title of her upcoming memoir, Let There Be Change. Monica currently is employed with Chicago House as a peer lead instructor, as well as a collective member with the Transformative Justice Law Project, for which she's been involved with since 2009. Currently a student at Kennedy King College majoring in paralegal studies, Monica stays busy. Monica currently holds a certificate in custodial maintenance, as well as the title of her magazine, Hidden Expressions. She manages this magazine, which is a magazine for members of the transgender and queer community. Over the last year, she has spoken at DePaul and Roosevelt University on LGBT violence, as well as the intersections of the transgender community, for which include healthcare, sex trade, and the creating of safe spaces. Monica is passionate about writing, dancing, and cleaning. She says cleaning is therapeutic to her. And for this, I salute her. Because her work is cleaning up the sting and stigma of oppression, bias, bigotry, and prejudice. Please welcome to the stage tonight's keynote speaker, Monica James.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, let's give ourselves a nice round of applause. Yes, everybody's looking fierce, beautiful, and I definitely want to remind you guys that each and every last one of you are resilient. It takes so much strength to walk through this life the way you guys do, being bold, being who you are, and not afraid of what the rest of the world has to say about you, how they may reject you, how they may not receive you, how they may not even want to respect you and respect your gender pronouns. So today I just want you all to just be so amazed and so proud of yourselves because you guys are so resilient. And so I know that we have a long list of sponsors tonight, and I did have a list of all the sponsors. And so it would be so unfair of me to just mention like one or two sponsors and not mention all. So I'm just going to say, let's just give a nice round of applause for all the sponsors who brought this together. All right, and I'm so honored to be here amongst all you fierce people. This is really an honor for me. This is my first time doing a youth summit. It's very exciting to be welcomed and embraced by my youth because you guys are our future, and it's so important that we come out tonight to celebrate you guys and, you know, stand beside you and let you know that we do hear your voices, we hear your cries, we hear and know of your struggles. And I just want you guys to know that there are tons of resources out here that are doing the best that they can right now to fight for you guys, because every individual in this room deserves to have a safe place that they call home. No one deserves to be standing outside trying to claw for a bed that someone else is clawing for. You deserve to have a safe place that you call home, and you get to go to every night to begin your day, the next day, and to end your day. You shouldn't have to do that from the streets. You shouldn't have to do that at Center on Halstead. You shouldn't have to be in some center worrying about people putting you out because you're dozing off in your space, or you're not conforming to their policies and their rules. So it's very important that the people that are here tonight just take heed to the cause, take heed to the voices that are here, take heed to these beautiful children that are in this room. Each and every last one of these children have the potentials and capabilities of being our next president, our next doctors, our next lawyers. These are really some brilliant-minded individuals. These children have been through a lot of hardships, and I mean, we all have had our hardships. But to be homeless is like one of the biggest things that I can see as a total burden. Where do you go from there? How do you reveal yourself? How do you reveal yourself? And I just want to be a living example that there is light at the end of the tunnel. You can reveal yourself, because I was once just like that. I was homeless. I was without a job. I was without housing. I didn't have resources that I could rely on. And in the midst of not having those essential tools, I turned to the streets. And the first thing that I was introduced to was the sex trade. The sex trade became my biggest companion. It became my everything, because I depended upon the sex trade to eat. I depended upon the sex trade to dress me, to house me, and then eventually along the lines in those sex trade work, there's a lot of dirty activities that go along with being in a sex trade work. There's drugs, first of all. Someone is always going to try to get you high before they pay you. You know, they want you to take a drink. They want you to smoke. They want you to snort some cocaine. They want you to do all sorts of things to create a mood that they want. Not really what you want. It's really not about you. They're out to get something from you. And so tonight I definitely want to beg of each and every last one of you guys, be as safe as you possibly can out there. I cannot tell you not to be out there. I cannot tell you today to quit. You can find something better to do. I can encourage you and suggest that there are some greater things out there to do. But while you're out there and you're doing what you do, please be as cautious as you possibly can. Wrap it up, be aware of your surroundings, and just keep it safe, keep it clean, and just move to the next point. But most of all, your next point is your human resources. Find your resource center. There's a resource center that is somewhere close to you. You do not have to be out there without food. You do not have to be out there without health care. You don't have to be out there without transportation. And you can get yourselves connected. Someone can help you get back in school if you're out of school. Someone can help you get in a job training program if you've been out of work but you desire to work. There is programs out here that will assist you. Your only job is to come and to continue to follow up and to present yourself like you're ready for work that day. Bring it to them like you're ready to go to work that day. If you got some work for me to do, give it to me today and I'm ready. And someone is gonna connect with you. Someone is gonna reach out to you because someone is gonna feel your story. They're gonna see that you're serious. You mean business. All about how you present yourself. It's okay to have one face for the streets and then another face for business. Maybe another face for your boyfriend. Maybe another face for your girlfriend. But just keep changing those faces and know when to change those faces. Because there's people out here, these people that work in these human resource centers, they are people just like you. They have their own issues. So they don't want disgruntled people coming up to their desk talking about, I don't feel like being here, I don't want to be here, what you gonna do for me? Nah, they want a little sweetness too. They want a little pleasantness out of you. They want to hear a person that respects them just as well as they're asking to be respected. And one of the things that I have learned so much in this field is that a lot of people that drop in do not have great follow-up skills. You need to follow up. You have to follow up. When someone gives you a lead, you have to follow that lead until it ends. You have to follow that lead because I guarantee you, if you follow that lead, you're going to connect to your next avenue. And each time you follow a lead, each time you link up with a different person, it's going to produce some type of tool that you're going to be able to use toward the future to build your safe place. And can't no one tell you what your safe place is, only you can. But that's a decision that you have to make. What is your safe place? What do you want it to look like? What do you want it to feel like? What do you want it to smell like? Where do you want it at? You know, you have to create these things, and then you have to go after these things, just like you go after anything else in this world. When it's time for one of them balls, y'all need to get together and start voguing out and getting ready to party because y'all want to take that trophy. Y'all practice. Y'all come together, y'all stick together, and you practice. So you gotta do the same thing when it's time for going to the resource centers. You need to get it together, come together, support each other. Don't condemn each other. Don't continue to cut and read each other and put each other down, knock each other down. Lift each other up, support each other. Support each other because we all need each other. We cannot get this job done without you all, and you all cannot get the job done without us. Some of my stories, which, like I had said, I have definitely lived this same life that had resulted in me being homeless, having experiences with the criminal justice system. I spent like 15 years in and out the criminal justice system for crimes of survival, sex trade, retail thefts, forgery. I was too afraid to do anything else. I didn't even have it in my heart to do anything else. I didn't want to mug or rob nobody. I just wanted to be able to get a few things that I needed for myself at that time. And eventually, it led me right to the prison system. I have a number. I have a permanent number with the system. And it's nothing that I'm proud of, but at the same time, I do want you to know that I have been there. I have experienced that side of life. I know that you can just be walking down the streets and the police can just target you just because of who you are, who they portray you to be or perceive you to be, not portray, but perceive you to be. And just for that, that could lead you into lockup just for a booking. They can find anything to book you on. So how do you get around that? Anybody have any type of idea how we can get around that?
Know your rights.
Know your rights. Right. And that's right. You need to know your rights. And part of your rights is knowing how to maintain yourself, knowing when to get out the way. When you see it's trouble, get out the way. When you see that the police is hot, they're riding around, they're pulling folks over left and right, go move on somewhere else. Move down the line. Don't stay there and wait on them to pull you over so you can start playing fears like you're going to control the police. Don't destroy your name because once you get that X on your name, it's going to be so hard to rebuild your life. You're going to have to, you think you're working hard now just to gain these little simple things like housing. It's going to be so times that harder to have a job. Then people really have a reason to discriminate against you because you are a convicted felon. So now I don't have to have you in my home. I don't have to have you living in my apartment building because I know you are involved in criminal activity. You have a history. So for that, I don't want your money. You're working right now. You have a great job. You're doing great things. But you have a criminal history. So they don't want you in their apartment buildings. And then what about jobs? When it comes down to jobs, who want to be told they can't be in a certain profession because they have a felony on their background and they caught this felony because they was just trying to survive? See, that's not fair. And do we blame it on our system? Do we blame it on our mothers, our fathers, the people that probably kicked us out? We could. Do we blame ourselves? No, we shouldn't blame ourselves. Let's just keep on striving, keep on believing that one day you can get over it, you can step over it. And I always like to reflect upon something that resonates with me every day of my life, and I got it from Asada Shakur. It says that a wall is just a wall, nothing else at all. It can be broken down. Wow, that means so much to me. That means so much to me because I have broken down walls. Today, I'm like, 6 months working at Chicago House with a beautiful family of colleagues I'm in school. This is my ending. This is my last week, my first semester at Kennedy King College. So I'm breaking down walls, but it's definitely hard to break down those walls because I got these felonies on my back. From the times when I was homeless, I didn't have no direction. I didn't have no support system that I can go to and say, hey, I'm having a hard time getting people to respect me as a transgender woman of color. I went to this agency and they told me that I couldn't come in because I was transgender. See, I didn't, back in our days, by the way too, I'm in my 40s. Right, back in our day, we didn't have it wasn't visible to learn about an organization that was helping you out with LGBT issues. And then there was not even really there wasn't a Q on it. We had the LGBT, but the T just really didn't have no meaning. It was just there, it was just attached on. It was all about the gays and lesbians, and then that was broken down into a form where you had to be privileged in order to receive those rights. And so for you guys to have the resources that you have today, I'm sure we can find all kinds of flaws and faults with them, because nothing out here in this world is perfect. Nothing. It all changes daily, by the second. So nothing is perfect. Perfection is a work in process. It is. But at the same time, we did not have these resources to go to. If we were kicked out, our families kicked us out, someone from the circle was going to take us in and make sure that we went to school, if that was what we wanted to do. It had to be what we wanted to do. And a lot of people back then, they wasn't thinking about, oh yeah, in 2014 there'd be all kinds of new technology. They didn't have those kind of thoughts. They didn't have those kind of ideas, because why? They were struggling. They were struggling with being who they wanted to be, who they needed to be. They were struggling with answering their calling. And for that, they couldn't focus on getting themselves into a great position in life with a career, or a decent education. They couldn't think about being a volunteer for some organization to help someone else out, because everything that they did, they had to get paid for it. Even with me, even with them showing me the ropes, they had to get paid for that somehow, some way. And I guess, I don't even want to guess on what the pay was. I really don't. But I do want you guys to definitely know this and feel this. Let this resonate with you forever. That there are so many resources out here available for you guys to use. I'm talking about from the smallest to the largest. There are resource centers out here for you. And I just have to be very honest about that. We did not have these type of resources that we have today. And one of the ones that I really like to illustrate is how at the county jail now, it's a separation. The minute that you walk through the county jail, not that I want anyone to go through the county jail, but the minute that you go through today, you automatically are rushed out to protective custody. Time is winding down. I just got fired up, y'all. So, but speaking back on the county jail process, and so today you get to go to PC, protective custody. When I first started going to the Cook County Jail, there was no protective custody. You went right out to general population, just as you are. Don't, oh no, your girlfriend is going to another part of it. So today they have the PC, then they have, whereas they have a doctor there that's willing to help you get back on your hormones. That was definitely a no-no. They have a thing where they kind of like do your hair and try to help you get presentable and feel just some parts of who you are on the inside. Well, they didn't have that back then. That's just how much things are changing. And those things are changing in that pace because of all the wonderful folks that are volunteering, all the wonderful folks that are coming together like we are today, networking, all the wonderful folks that are coming and sharing their stories. All those things help make those changes come. And like I said, the changes may not be big to some it may be humongous. For me, when I went to prison, the one thing I definitely wanted was I wanted my hormones. I wanted to continue the progress. And so to not be able to do that, that was already enough mental devastation for me. He didn't have to say anything else to me. And so that's just how far we are getting, guys. We have gotten. And the change doesn't stop there. There's still more change to come. But we have to continue to keep doing the things that we're doing right now, right here, today. We gotta keep advocating. You gotta advocate for yourself, and then when you learn how to advocate for yourself, learn how to advocate for someone else. Save somebody else. Because we are never gonna get the job done if we think that it's all about me, 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 me. Sometimes you gotta go do some things for free and say, okay, it's gonna get greater later. And you gotta trust and believe in that. Lend your skills, lend your talent, lend your voice to some organization. And the minute that something breaks at that organization, they get an opening, I guarantee you'll be the first they want to have in that opening.
Yeah.
And with that, I just say thank you guys so much. This has been like the greatest pleasure, honor for me. And I hope that the things that I gave you definitely resonate with you until we all meet again.